Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Pulse, your weekly check-in with Enneagram Prison Project people. My name is Shawna, and I'm very excited today to be chatting with Halida Hatic, who is EPP's community weaver. So, Halida, I will let you explain what that means and kind of what your role is with Enneagram Prison Project.
Sure. I've been thinking about this a lot. I mean, the short answer is that in my role as community weaver, I connect people to the vision, mission, and values of our organization. And that looks like a lot of different things. You know, I'm holding the space of fundraising right now and building that out in a global way. And I'm also in that sort of invitation to belong, and thinking a lot right now about, you know, what would the world look like if we all knew that we belonged. And I think a lot of the work that EPP is doing in the world and in the prisons and jails globally is about that invitation to belong and to create community. And what does that look like and feel like for each of us? And oftentimes it's just a reflection of the goodness in us, and that idea that, you know, there is you know, the what's right about us, like that bringing that forth really creates that sense of community and relationship and belonging, and that I have a place in this bigger web of EPP. And so it's evolving. I don't, you know, it's going to probably look like a lot of different things. And right now, it's in this space of like deep connection and deep belonging, and bringing that to EPP.
I love that. And how did you first hear about EPP? How did you get involved?
Yeah. So a very dear friend of mine is on the board, the EPP board. His name is Lance, and he introduced EPP to me several years ago when he started to get involved. And the situation was just such that I was in a space of looking for a place to direct my energy and my time. And so I'm stepping into that now. So here I am.
I love it.
Yeah.
And did you have knowledge of the Enneagram before
I
finding
did.
EPP?
I did. So I learned about the Enneagram probably about 10 years ago. And then maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I took a immersion course and really got more. I got trained at a school in Cincinnati, and you know, just really dove deeply into understanding the system. And for me, it's really been a place of spiritual growth and consciousness. And I'm a parent, so understanding, you know, how to parent from the strengths of my type, and also not to project my type onto my children.
Yeah. And can you talk a little bit about what about the, you know, EPP model or what is it about Enneagram Prison Project that you find so inspiring? Like, why do you want to work with EPP?
Yeah.
It's a big question.
It's a big question. And in some ways I would just say, check us out, because if you have the opportunity to go into an institution and see the curriculum being taught and participate in one of those sessions, you'll get it, and I think you'll be blown away. And so that's not necessarily possible for everyone. So to, I guess, answer your question, it's the clarity of the mission of the organization to free people all over the world from the prisons of our own making. That's the vision, I guess. And that it's so clear, and it's replicable, and it is an expression of the sort of values of our organization, which include transparency. It includes we do the work together. It includes gratitude and compassion. And all of those values really drive the people and the work. And for me, that's almost intoxicating, right? To like walk into a space where that's not, it's they're not just saying this, they're doing it and they're living it and they're expressing it in community together. And that doesn't mean it's not hard. That doesn't mean, there isn't a lot of work to do. But the vision and it's big and it's achievable. And I think a wave is coming where more and more people are recognizing the power of using the Enneagram as a tool to help with healing. And that's healing for everyone.
Yeah. I love that. So right now I feel like in our society it's really easy to identify all the things that we think are going wrong and all the things that we wish we could do differently, right? So, I know in talking with my own family and my own group of friends, people say a lot, I just want to do something. I wish I could do something, right? So for people who are having that feeling of wanting to do something, what can they do in relationship with EPP? Like how can people get involved? How can people help? What can people do?
Yeah. So there is space to bring your gifts and your talents to this work. So you're a great example of that, Shawna. Like you get what it is that we're doing, and I think you probably feel that like that love and sense of belonging when being a part of EPP, and you knew that you wanted to do more. And so I think when you came forward, it's like, all right, well, what is it you can offer? And that's where, okay, I can give this much time to this skill set, which is using social media to amplify our mission and the work that we're doing. And also, frankly, be a community weaver yourself. I mean, you're connecting us globally to lots and lots of people through this, virtual platform. And I'm so grateful for that. So to get involved, all I have to say, I mean, what I would say to folks is come in. The invitation is there. We are ready to receive, and we want to know where you feel like your skills can assist us, and then we'll help work with you. And I was talking with some folks this morning. This we do the work together value is really important. Like nobody's gonna tell you what to do. Nobody's gonna tell you how to do it, but we're gonna do it with you, right? We're continuing to birth this organization. And so it really requires people who are committed to that, to the work that we're doing within custody students, to doing it themselves, like to waking up every day and paying attention to the stories we tell ourselves when our type emerges, and to just be conscious of that, and to be willing to say, I'm here, I'm human, and I want to grow and learn and be a part of this global movement. And so we'll make the spaces there. The circle is ever expansive. And that's like a experience that I feel like I've always ached for in my life. And that's what EPP is. And it just keeps getting better.
Yeah. And I think I so am with you on that idea of, I love the value of doing the work together, because I know that, when I was first considering reaching out and seeing if I could help, I had a lot of fear, and I still, on a regular basis have this fear and anxiety that, oh, my skills aren't quite good enough. I don't know enough about X, Y, or Z, right? And I'm sure that is common, people feeling like, I want to help. I'm just not sure if I can, or, and so I love that idea. And I have felt that as well.
Yeah.
That sense of, we're all holding space for each other. We're all lifting each other up. None of us are in it alone. And it is really invigorating to work with a group of people like that. So I appreciate you highlighting that, because it's certainly been true for me.
Yeah. And it's ever also, I hope you feel this way, like, ever evolving. So that is also expansive. Raina's getting a little upset. I don't know what she's upset about, but Raina.
Oh, good dog.
But that is also ever expansive, and your role and your gifts and what you'll bring to EPP can evolve too, and that's so beautiful. Like to be able to know that we're growing together and we're learning together.
I love that. All right, one last question. What are your hopes for EPP in the next, year or so? What's your vision for EPP?
Yeah. Well, as Susan would say, to see the Enneagram and to see EPP in every prison and jail in the world, and that's achievable. And in the short, that's the big goal, and that's what we're all working towards. And at the same time, we're taking collective steps to just move it forward. And for me, it's thinking and dreaming and weaving together the resources that are necessary to make that happen. And those resources are financial. Those resources are, having a global, staff of guides.
Sorry.
We have paid guides all over the world, and we have a program, a guide training program. And so, ensuring that we can, we are resourced with humans who have, the skills to be able to go in and deliver this programming in communities around the world. And so finding ways to help support that, and just continuing to broaden and expand into new countries and new cities in the US. And again, it's happening so quickly that it's not unrealistic to say that 12 months from now we won't be in 3 more US states and 2 more countries. That's achievable and might even be not dreaming big enough.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Halida, for chatting with me today. And for those of you who are watching, if you're feeling inspired or motivated or called to help or participate in some way, send us a comment below, shoot us a message, reach out via email, and we would love to hear from anyone who feels like they want to get involved. We can find a place for you to do this work with us.
Yeah. Great.
So Halida, thank you so much.
Thank you, Shawna.
We'll sign off for now, and thanks everybody for tuning in.